The world saw him as untouchable. Chart-topping hits, sold-out arenas, and a cultural grip few artists achieve. Yet behind the fame, Bad Bunny's empire began to crack in ways fans didn't expect. This isn't just another celebrity controversy. It's a story that questions how fame reshapes identity and loyalty. Today, we'll explore the rise of Bad Bunny's influence, the fallout that turned headlines against him, and the whispers of a Super Bowl scandal that could shift how the industry handles its biggest stars. What happened to the man who once defined the sound of a generation, and how did it all spiral into chaos? The truth behind Bad Bunny's recent silence reveals more about fame's cost than any tabloid ever could. So, let's get digging. Here's where things got messy. Before the fame, before the Grammys, there was just Benito and Carliz de la Cruz Hernandez, his college sweetheart. Back in 2015, she recorded a quick voice note saying, "Bad Bunny baby." It was innocent, flirty, and personal. Fast forward a few years, that same clip shows up in two of his biggest tracks, and she says she never gave permission. Carliz wasn't just upset, she took it to court. The lawsuit hit headlines everywhere, claiming her voice was used without approval and asking for a staggering $40 million in damages. What really stirred the pot? Reports say Bad Bunny's team offered her only $2,000 to sign over the rights right before his album dropped. She refused, calling the contract excessively comprehensive, and fans started debating whether fame had made him careless with the people who knew him first. Then came another headache, the Safaril lawsuit. The song was a fan favorite, wild and unpredictable, but it sampled old Puerto Rican mixtape beats from DJ Playero. That sample apparently wasn't cleared. The case turned into a legal tangle about who actually owns the sounds that shaped reggaeton's underground beginnings. Together, these lawsuits painted a different picture of Bad Bunny, not the rebellious icon on stage, but a megastar caught in the fine print of fame. The kind of trouble that reminds everyone that global success comes with lawyers, not just lyrics. For an artist known for flawless showmanship, the Mexico City concerts were a disaster no one saw coming. Fans showed up at Estadio Azteca with what they thought were valid tickets, only to be turned away at the gates. Some had spent months saving for the show. Others had flown in from across Latin America. Social media lit up that night with footage of people crying outside the stadium while Ticketmaster scanners flashed invalid. Pitchfork and Enemy reported that thousands were denied entry despite proof of purchase. The chaos was so bad that Mexico's Consumer Protection Agency opened an investigation. Regulators suggested Ticketmaster may have oversold the concert or failed to filter out duplicated tickets, effectively locking real fans out. The fallout was huge. Ticketmaster issued an apology promising refunds, but the damage was already done. Then came another controversy, this time on tour. During his most wanted shows, Bad Bunny made a dramatic entrance on horseback. It looked cinematic until animal welfare groups stepped in. Organizations like PETA called out the stunt, arguing that the lights, noise, and crowd could easily frighten the horse. The moment that was meant to scream star power instead sparked criticism about spectacle and responsibility. Just when it seemed Bad Bunny had weathered every storm, another one brewed back home. An 84-year-old Puerto Rican homeowner named Roman Carrasco Delgado filed a lawsuit claiming the singer's team used his house in Humacao without permission. According to court filings, the property appeared in a short film and allegedly inspired parts of the stage designed for Bad Bunny's residency. The man said he never agreed to any of it and that the situation caused him serious emotional distress. It's not the kind of headline anyone expects from an artist who built his career celebrating Puerto Rican culture. The story hit local outlets and quickly spread online, turning it into a debate about power dynamics in the entertainment industry. Was this creative inspiration gone too far, or just a misunderstanding wrapped in legal paperwork? Then came the bigger shock. Bad Bunny announced his upcoming world tour would skip the United States entirely. The reason? He told fans he didn't want people attending his concerts under the shadow of immigration raids. "ICE could be outside my concert," he said. That statement alone sent social media into overdrive. Supporters praised his courage for standing with immigrant communities, while critics accused him of playing politics. The move turned into something larger than a tour decision. It became a flashpoint about fame, activism, and accountability. Bad Bunny had made his stand, but the fallout proved that even good intentions can polarize audiences. For an artist who thrives on connection, that divide hit deeper than any legal battle. Bad Bunny's name has been tied to controversy before, but few moments stirred as much noise as his quiet one at Yankee Stadium. Cameras caught him sitting during God Bless America at a playoff game, surrounded by standing fans. Within minutes, the image went viral. Commentators called it disrespectful. Others defended him, saying artists shouldn't be forced to perform patriotism on cue. It wasn't just about baseball or music. For many Americans, that small act opened a bigger conversation about cultural identity and belonging. Some viewed it as a political statement. Others saw fatigue from constant public scrutiny. Either way, it reminded everyone how easily one gesture can spiral into headlines when the person in question is Bad Bunny. But while fans argued over the stadium moment, a more serious issue brewed behind the scenes. When Bad Bunny moved into sports management, fans thought it was just another power move. Music, fashion, and now baseball. What could go wrong? Apparently, a lot. His agency, Rima Sports, found itself in a full-blown war with the Major League Baseball Players Association. Here's how it played out. The association stripped Rima Sports of its certification, claiming improper behavior from its agents, offering gifts, loans, and working with people who weren't certified. The punishment was steep: fines of $400,000, one agent decertified, and two others banned from applying again. Rimas didn't take it quietly. The agency fired back with a lawsuit in federal court, saying the union had been running a biased and unfair investigation for 2 years, trying to push them out of the business entirely. Bad Bunny's team argued that MLBPA had crossed the line by blocking certified agents from working with Rimas or even associating with its executives. They called it the death penalty for their company, claiming it went far beyond what the union had authority to do. It got even messier when Rimas tried to represent baseball superstar Ronald Acuna Jr., only for the union to say he didn't have an official agent listed. That added fuel to the fire. Was MLB trying to sideline the agency completely? Rimas insisted the union was abusing its power and asked the court for a restraining order to keep operating. The whole ordeal exposed just how tangled fame and business can get. What started as Bad Bunny's effort to uplift Latin players turned into a legal cage match with America's biggest sports union. The Super Bowl halftime show hasn't even happened yet, and Bad Bunny's name is already setting off fireworks, and not the fun kind. When the NFL announced that the Puerto Rican superstar would headline the 2026 show, conservative America practically combusted. Donald Trump called the decision absolutely ridiculous, while Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem hinted that ICE agents would be all over the event, a thinly veiled jab at Bad Bunny's previous comments about skipping U.S. mainland tours out of fear for his Latino fans' safety. But the drama didn't stop there. Turning Point USA, the right-wing organization founded by Charlie Kirk, announced it would host its own All-American halftime show in protest, complete with a survey asking fans to choose between genres like worship, Americana, and anything in English. Ironically, they also listed hip-hop, despite Kirk once ranting about degenerate rap music. You can't make this up. At the heart of the outrage is something much deeper than music. Critics are painting Bad Bunny as not American enough, despite Puerto Ricans being U.S. citizens by birth. The rapper has always been outspoken about social issues from immigration to LGBTQ+ rights, and his unapologetically Latino identity challenges the traditional Super Bowl mold. To his fans, he represents progress and inclusion. To his detractors, he's a threat to the idea of what American entertainment should look like. Bad Bunny, never one to hold back, addressed the backlash head-on during his Saturday Night Live monologue. After thanking fans in Spanish, he teased critics in English. If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn. Mic drop. Bad Bunny's story isn't just about music, it's a collision of fame, politics, and self-expression. Every headline, from lawsuits to protests, adds another layer to his persona as both artist and activist. He challenges norms, embraces contradictions, and refuses to be boxed into a safe version of celebrity. For some, he's polarizing. For others, he's revolutionary. But one thing remains clear: his story isn't slowing down, it's still unfolding.